Dio Brando, a man whose name rings in my head for a very good reason. He's the main antagonist of the Phantom Blood arc of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, and the way he's introduced in the series is brilliant. Dio Brando is the adopted son of George Joestar. Dio gets adopted by George Joestar because he owes Dio's father, Dio Brando, a life debt for saving his life a long time ago. At least, that's what George thinks. But in reality, Dio actually was trying to rob George, not save him. But George thought he saved his life, and so Dio took advantage of this and has been leeching off the Joestar family ever since. And now Dio's son, Dio, is in the Joestar family and plans on inheriting the Joestar fortune for himself. The only thing standing in his way is George Joestar's biological son, Joseph Joestar, or Jojo for short. This is where Dio's true evil starts to show. Dio constantly lies, cheats, and manipulates situations to make Jojo look like a complete failure and to make his life miserable. George is constantly rewarding Dio and scolding his son Jojo for not being the better son, when in reality Dio is awful. He burns Jojo's pet dog, harasses Jojo's girlfriend by stealing her first kiss and then slapping her in the face, all because he doesn't like him and he stands in his way. All of this early teenage rivalry between Dio and Jojo makes you hate Dio as a person because his actions are so grounded in reality and personal feeling. You really feel the evil inside of Dio, and you want to just see him get outed by everybody around him. As Dio and Jojo get older and go to college, however, Dio starts to become more secretive and manipulative. He actually becomes friendly and kind to Jojo over the years, and they start to form a strong brotherly bond. Under the surface though, Dio is just playing the long game, waiting for his chance to strike. He becomes smarter and more cunning, attempting to poison George Joestar while he's sick in bed so that he can inherit the Joestar fortune. This plan fails, however, and Dio gets outed finally and then proceeds to gain vampiric powers as a result of a magical mask and attempts to take over the world. This is a huge shift in scale that occurs, and is one of the many reasons why JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is so bizarre. The stakes are raised so high that they become more cartoonish and harder to relate to. But because we've seen Dio's earlier, more personal attacks on Jojo, we still have that burning desire to see Dio get defeated. This is the constant dynamic that's in play throughout JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It becomes wacky and off the walls, but it usually never strays too far away from the serious underlying themes at play. It sets up meaningful character motivations and meaningful situations, and then takes everything to the extreme, and Dio Brando is a great example of that. He starts off as a mean, conniving teenager who just wants to see his brother fail, and eventually ends up as a crazy vampire attempting to take over the world, and that's what makes Dio Brando a great villain.